Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have two reads again for you today. The first one's a really quick one and I wasn't even going to do it because it was from last night. But I am because there was some creepy Emperor energy that's coming up. So that's not for everyone, it's probably just for one or two people out there. But it was important enough to bring up because there's a couple different really creepy situations that I wanted to make sure that you're aware of. And not to put anyone into fear, it's just to be aware of, if you're in negative energy, to not be manipulated by it. So I am going to show you that picture close up. This is from a read last night, and this is the section. So you see the red cards there from the Tarot Sexual Magic with the Wounded Warrior and the Queen of Wands. And below it is the Emperor reversed and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And you see above the Queen of Wands is the Devil. The Devil is also on the King of Wands shaman there below the Emperor. So the Devil's all over this, okay? And the Queen of Wands there is definitely coming up. It comes up in the read somewhat, but there's a couple different situations here. One is that this Emperor is really rich and bad, all right? He's very manipulative. He's got the devil all around him, and he's actually, the devil's above the Queen of Wands, who could be the daughter or the karmic, who either she is manipulating the Divine Masculine or doing what her father tells her to do to him to keep him controlled and manipulated. Or this Emperor is doing it directly himself, and then the karmic is comforting him about her dad, okay? But she's got the devil above her as well, but she's acting like an angel, but she's actually the devil above her, all right? So just be aware of these manipulative energies. They could act like, they're the one to trust, they're after your best interest, but they're actually the ones manipulating you. That's the Queen of Wands reversed and the Emperor reversed in this read from last night. Also, I was getting, there could be someone again with all of those things where, with a rich man, right, you have the Emperor reversed with the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles reversed can be like filthy rich wealth. So this could be someone who's sick and dying, and the Queen of Wands is looking for somebody to die. So it's either a father who is dying and she can't wait to get her hands on the money, or she is actually, someone has Munchausen's or something, or is poisoning the Divine Masculine. And like I said, it's only maybe for one person out there. But someone's got Munchausen's and either is hurting a masculine or the children. Anyone who has constant issues, not ascension symptoms, things like that, but like poisoning issues. If someone has those kind of issues and they have no idea what's wrong with them, it's because somebody's found something to keep under the radar and is trying to make you ill. Or it could just be trying to cash in on an insurance policy, knowing that your husband's health is bad, and then guilting them into working and working and working and working so that they'll die, because they really just want you to die so they can cash in on your money. So there's a couple different situations there. All right, so the King of Wands here was upright in this situation. It was the Queen of Wands and the Emperor. They're both reversed there. But he could be the Wounded Warrior too, like being comforted because he's exhausted. But the Devil's hanging over the Queen of Wands, okay, and the Emperor reversed. So the first read that I did here, they're both for the Divine Masculine today. This was last night at 8:17 on the 31st, Halloween, and the major arcana were Strength, Tower, the Hanging Man, the Higher Self, which is the High Priestess, the Chariot card, and then after that is the Star. There were 2 wands, 2 pentacles, 1 cup, and 1 sword, so it was pretty well balanced. It was it wasn't full moon. It was like perfect. It was like the in-between moon, which is the perfect thing for Halloween to keep it calm. And then we also had the King of Wands there, was the only major arcana in the, or only court card in the read. I'm sorry, the Knight of Swords was there too. And the 9 of Pentacles, which is not a court card, but it can very much be a person. Before the read, we had the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Swords also show up. So we had 2 kings and 2 knights and the 9 of Pentacles. Then double 8s came up, and then less so double 6s and double 3s. We had 336, which is the 10 of Wands, the burdens that need to be dropped. The 68 of the Page of Pentacles, the student or the opportunity, invitation that's there. And then 89 also came up. 9, 10, begin again last night. And it was interesting because right before I was about to start this read and start channeling it, My son called right before that. So, and he's very representative of the Divine Masculine, what's going on. So that was very interesting. So the code line for this read was all that happy endings, synchronicities, communication, and moderation for the masculine. The number that came up on the code line was just the number 6, so all about love, family, community, and also lovers. And sadness of the Divine Masculine, the bridge, the DNA, so family, but also the DNA and the chakra system, and sharing the toes as well. So toes were coming up, so feet are very connected to the whole body. And also it comes up code for me because my first guide that I connected with in my 20s when I was first learning how to meditate was mitos, or my toes. So also Sophia, or the collective feminine energy, after death. I was also getting northeast, which also can be for me Jesus and the divine feminine, the I God complex and the high of that, and the DNA was coming up here as well. That contributed to others. And then 2E came up, and QE2 just came up, so that's coming up again now. The two feminines, or the two E's, is like the Eve of the divine feminine, but also the karmic. So it's like the divine feminine and the karmic are basically the light and the shadow of the masculine. So he's attracted in 3D to the karmic because that's his shadow side, but he's attracted to the divine feminine in the 5D because she's his light. So that is definitely coming up. But the sadness of the divine masculine and the bridge of the chakra system, right? The bridge is the chakra system because we share the same chakra system, the masculine and the feminine, that your higher self is each other, for those of you who don't know that or aren't aware. But sharing the toe. So something about toes coming up here. Or also the weight, the toe, towing the load. So this one started out, and this is not in front of you. The second read is in front of you. I'll show you the basic cards from this read. Oh, I can't because it's not on here. Let's see, do I have it on here? No, I just have that shot on there. Sorry about that. I'll put it up on the tag. Okay. So the 8 of Wands was the underlying energy, upright. So communications, back and forth exchange, the arrows of love, expressing your feelings. It was good last night. We had the 8 of Wands, expressing your feelings, the energy exchange, the twins burdened, loyal servants offering help to the King of Swords. Home, union, and the Knight of Cups to the Leo and or ego. An announcement, a call to action, keeping to themselves, pulling risk, liar, cheater, thief energy back in. And that was at 838. 8 is the strength card, which comes up a lot, which is also Leo and ego. And then 38 is the Queen of Cups. So the strength and the Queen of Cups, which actually came up very prominently in this read this morning. So very important there. So home and or union, the masculine. The Knight of Cups, offering love to Leo and or their own ego. So it could be a Leo around them. That could be this Emperor reversed. Could be his father-in-law or a boss or someone in the community that has good connections for him, that he trusts because he likes the status of it, right? But announcement, call to action, keeping to self, the masculine, pulling risk in, right? Risk in, it could just be pulling risk back in, taking back what was taken from him as well, or just pulling back that sneaky energy or lying or cheating or stealing energy back into his life, the karmic energies. So we turn the page, it's 839. So we go from the 38 to the 39, which is the Queen of Cups and then the Knight of Cups. And again, 8, the strength or the Leo or ego energy, having courage. So the Hierophant was upright here, as well as the Strength card upright, the Wheel was reversed, the Fool was reversed, the 3 of Wands upright, and the Death card reversed. There's a lot of power right here in this little bunch here. Commitment to self, Taurus or religious leader, strong turn of fate, lack faith, falling on face or from grace, present to near-death experience or after death, dark night. Standing on a landmine about to blow, being snobby or leaving a loyal friend in the dust, both about to fall off the ledge, that life is fragile. and don't take it for granted. Taurus, Leo, Libra, Aries, and Scorpio here. While home offering love to Leo, or their own ego, Aquarius is pretending not to know, to steal from them. And that was at 8:58, and the light flickered. And that's Strength and the Four of Swords, the connection to praying, resting, or connecting in 5D with their twin. Lies, Split, Prisoner, Queen of Swords, and the Magician, Speaking and Manifesting. Material Line by Still Water. The Queen of Swords speaking to the air, no one listening. The Magician and all of the tools manifesting and keeping her down to push himself up. No more casual flirting and sex while the worst is over in painful ending and betrayal. Expressing twins' DNA chain far from the trunk, right? So they're far from the regular standard tree of the family, the traditional, the 3D, mirroring under the new moon or pre-dawn judgment, decision, a wake-up call to action. The lobster finds the pearl, a very special one. Lovebirds and fruit, little boy tying them up, wrangling them in. So it could be a child that's meant to come in, pulling their parents together, the twins. 58 and 10 just then came up in the numbers from the cards, and 58 is that Four of Swords again, the connection of 5D, and the 10 that is destined. So adventure comes up, number 55, which is the truth, Excalibur, and then below that was music. As the music comes in, the music of the spheres, the music of your connection, the 32 is the journey, and that's coming into the adventure, the truth. The stick in the mud, dumped, overwhelmed, fool jumping for joy, and the King of Cups with smirk on his face, smiling. Fool high as a kite, dumped and happy about it. And this could be someone with a death wish, the death wish, or like I said, a payout to kill someone. So it doesn't have to be direct, but it could be. I mean, there could be someone who puts a hit on someone, but this is energy that's definitely coming up here. The ultimate judgment, right, is to put someone to death, and that could be in jail as well. So someone could be on death row being put to death, but powerless to the Knight of Swords reversed, which is harsh words or verbal abuse. So somebody might be easily manipulated because they were always abused. It could even be their own father who's manipulating them, if not a father-in-law or a boss or a public figure. But he is now the King of Cups with smirk on his face, fool high as a kite, dumped and happy about it. Taking off quick, expressing feelings in an energy exchange, strength of the fair maiden, the powerless and dependent, financially drained, or lion with a chain embedded, or a mental rod in his head. Counting shop, or it could be shop, counting sheep. So somebody could be counting shops, maybe, you know, because someone who's very business oriented and greedy about more, maybe opening lots of shops. Counting sheep, erasing some. Guinevere looks to the stars. The lion shoots arrows to make her powerless, to his arrows of love. Dark night manifesting judgment, decision, heeding the call to adventure. Recently is the strength in the aftermath of stuck in emotions, suffering in silence, offering love now that the worst is over, aligned with desires and rushing in passionately. The King of Cups reversed, working through the tough emotions, inspired to lead, surrendering to the message of love through work, being honored tonight or coming together for school honor or building a house with an architect or surrendering to kids to take them to something special that night. The central energy is the shaman or King of Wands, sitting with emotions, praying and meditating to detox and get away from the divine feminine. The King of Swords in truth, the challenge being the Six of Pentacles, sharing in fair relationship, coming together to co-create, healing through the pain to connect. So he could be praying to get away from the divine feminine or just to release the divine feminine from what she's being tortured by as far as their connection. But the King of Wands is grounding, integrating the offer of love, and that was at 3:33, letting go to repair. The Emperor reversed, holding back a new life. Where am I going from here? Okay. So could be holding back a new life, or someone who's filthy rich, and the Queen of Wands is coddling him, like I said, to get his money. or actually wants him dead for his money could actually be trying to kill him via poison or guilting them into working more when they know they have bad health because they want them to have a heart attack. All right. So that's only maybe for a few people out there. It's not for everybody. But be aware of it. You know, don't be manipulated. This is why it's so important to love yourself first. We turn the page to 933, which is the Hermit and the Christ vibration, the 33, which is also the Seven of Wands, standing up for yourself without reacting. The wounded warrior surrendering, being confronted by the Queen of Wands reversed, she wanting him to die to get his money, the patient angel sovereign with the enemy emperor at work. So that's that emperor reverse, which also could be after the divine masculine or, you know, just using them. Defenseless to twin on starry night, shining light in their knowing. And by the way, guys, last night we had a tornado warning right in my area. It was coming through between 11:32 and last night at 12:15. But it was like a serious tornado warning. I haven't looked today to see what happened, but it was directly in my area. And it was very rainy and gloomy day all day yesterday, although it was warm out. So anyway, now in this read, the sovereign with synchronicities and happy alone, or getting their wish and reaping rewards, wondering how to expand to connection left out in the cold, powerless and abandoned without a home, fighting for wealthy family or institution after death or near death, or clinging to the idea of that wealthy family. He expressing uncomfortable emotions between the Queen of Wands and the Sovereign. So that could be a mother and daughter, but also could be the karmic and the divine feminine, or mother and daughter, whatever it is. Family fighting about her independence, so that could be a child, and family clinging to her. And that can be the divine feminine's energy as well. The devil reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed, healing and forgiving the high priestess or his psychic abilities, broken chaos and family completion, a negative message leaning on the truth without peace, and the sovereign twin, Queen of Cups, and angel to Sagittarius, codependent. So they could be, the Queen of Cups could be one or the other, and then the Emperor reversed is pushing her out of bed patiently, basically, because just like the masculine wouldn't wake up for the feminine, the karmic wouldn't wake up for the masculine. There's always that same thing going on. The Emperor reversed, defenseless to the Queen of Pentacles, whose back is turned, the twin star healing, the twin, the star energy, shining their light, healing the dream girl, keeping to self. Soon as the Tower, the King of Cups in the aftermath of sudden events, in the slowdown, in the downturn, the twist of fate, slow motion present, the King of Pentacles reversed, and the Sovereign with passionate growth from the world passing the baton to the Sovereign, and then to the King of Pentacles reversed. The sealed divine feminine not immune to sadness and pain. Faceless King of Cups attached to sovereign soulmate dream lover, but also connected to the King of Pentacles reversed at present. Third party defenseless at the present, with the divine feminine or higher self sad and offering third energy to the divine feminine, to the 3D divine feminine, and then it was like the read here was like the masculine getting the idea of reversing it. Like, so the divine feminine feels the masculine when he's with other partners, and he was finally getting it that if the divine feminine goes with another masculine partner, he's going to feel the masculine touching him in his private place whenever they have sex. So the idea of this was coming through and actually being understood by the masculine. The Page of Wands inspired to the Empress reversed or by the Empress reversed, that he is the hanging man with the right knee block, so anger on his masculine side, recovering by performing, or working a lot, and being a student, perpetually learning. The Empress reversed, expressing feelings and energy to marriage or Taurus all the time. Pay attention to the red flags for the masculine, which is your guidance and your synchronicities, finances and career, chemistry, romantic feelings, getting to know each other, and true love. This is a romance of a lifetime, came up again for the divine masculine. Around him is the higher self, burdened by bad news, injustice of lacking faith, and the masculine need to clear blocks of the Chariot, the bold move to ascend, the dreams in the sun, sharing with others, the moderation, the communication, the Om communication, the synchronicities, the happy ending, but even more so, the health and perseverance. Connected to the dream girl fantasy, the Knight of Swords reversed, holding their tongue, with the Queen of Pentacles, twin dream, keeping to self, defenseless to the third party, twin, connection, lover. Healing after fight about deception, in choice of path, of shining light and co-creating, the Queen of Wands reversed, at war with the Messenger of Truth reversed, and the Hermit shedding light on the Queen of Wands reversed, so the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles can awaken together. Obviously without then the Queen of Wands. All right, so that was the short one from last night. So this is the one from this morning, so a longer, more formal one. And this one for the masculine was done at 11:38 to 39, which is the Justice, and then the Queen of Cups again, and the Knight of Cups, which came up on the last one as well. Today's date is November 1st. Welcome to November. It's all about justice this month. And then the one of the Magician, 2019, which all adds up to 24/6, which is the Queen of Wands. It's also Omega, the last letter of the alphabet, the Greek alphabet, and the completion of karma. So we have one of the Magician and 24 of the Queen of Wands, which is a 6, which is about love and family and community, and also can be, you know, the 6 is the lover's energy as well. Then we have the and just the 1, so the 6 and the 1. And then also when I wrote that down, 11:11 came up, so it was very important about this because it's marking the end of karma, 11:11, and we're in November now. We're coming up to 11:11. So, and I also, boy, last night, I don't know what time it was exactly. I was still awake around 4 a.m. And I really felt my twin. It was like crazy energy that I had never really felt before. Like my heart was going crazy. Like I was really worried about him having a heart attack, but also I was getting a lot of crazy energy in my face. Like a lot of times I'll get pressure in my sinuses when he's upset or mad, but last night it was crazy. It was just like all over my face. So I don't know what was going on with them, but he might have been having a rough time last night. So I was hoping like someone didn't go to the hospital or that kind of thing. And then of course it makes me think of all the other things that could happen, and then I try not to go there. All right, so anyway, this read for the masculine today, we had the major arcana abundance, which is like the Empress, and the Luna, which is the moon. Before the read, the strength card came up, and then after the read, ascension and justice, major arcanas came up. Ascension is like the world card, and yeah, and again, abundance, the Empress. But I wanted to make a note here that this read literally begins and ends on the strength card. Okay, we have the strength card here with the 9 of Pentacles here, the 10 of Wands here, and then the 5 of Cups there, and then the 7 of Crystals on top. And then that very last card at the end of the read up there, right there, is the strength card. So we literally begin and end with the strength card upright. Okay, so the code line for this read, there were no numerology cards on this line today. There, I had numerology cards out there, but they weren't along the code line, so there's no card there. But it was a very short code. It was very interesting what came up. And I'm going to tell you the actual code since it was very short today. And it was literally Ni, N-I, which for me is like Monty Python, is a show of power. F for me has to do with the temperature of the masculine temperature that rises much quicker than the feminine's. And then the 6, abundance, and Lun, L-U-N. So there's a show of power as the temperature rises. The lovers, or the 6, the Sophia 9, the feminine collective consciousness, in the abundance, which has to do with B-U-N is clearance through the kidneys, in how the body transmutes energies of the physical body, as opposed to the etheric bodies, which we transmute those energies etherically. But this is the abundance having to do with doing clearing work for your physical body today. The abundance. So the show of power as temperatures or tempers rise around the lovers and the feminine divine and the feminine collective consciousness, and this is being said to the divine masculine, the abundance or the clearance of the physical body is here. And then the L-U-N came up, the Lun, which means Monday in several languages, French and Italian. There's Lundi and Lunidi, And then Kusaka, Alaska came up, as well as Lun, L-U-N, Croatia, and Ludington and Northern Railroad, which is in Michigan. Also for LUN came up, I said Lusaka, Alaska. Something that was important was SS7, which for me, I told you, it's been coming up a lot recently, is safety and security, the root chakra issues, SS. But the 7, I was just working on a symbol that I'm working on a picture for that's all around the number 7. So that was very significant as well. So the SS7 literally is link, uninhibit. Okay? So it's like saying the link between the divine masculine and divine feminine, the chakra system, starting from the root through the 7, is the connection. The link is uninhibited. There's no, you can't be inhibited with your twin, right? Because you share the same etheric body. So the SS7 actually was, in 1975, a set of telephone protocols to set up and tear down most of the world's public switch telephone networks, the PSTN telephone calls. So in other words, if someone had access to the system, they could snoop and get access to your phone calls. So that was important about the spying and people getting in on your information. Also, Loon was coming up, L-O-O-N as opposed to L-U-N, which is a couple different things. The aquatic bird, they're called divers in the UK and Ireland. So the bird of the masculine diving, right? And then coming back up. And I know Janet, for those of you who used to watch Janet, she used to talk about the diving bird all the time. All right, so the masculine's coming down as the diving bird, so it's coming up here with the loon, the aquatic bird called divers in the UK and Ireland. And also the loon is a former rapper, Amir. Also a network of balloons that travel on the edge of space, delivering connectivity to people in unserved or underserved communities around the world. That was very cool. Also, the loon came up for a ski mountain resort, 60 Loon Mountain Road in Lincoln, New Hampshire, 03251, in case you're interested. Also, the NI came up number 28, which was funny because that's the twins, and 28 wasn't in the code line. So the show of power, number 28 in the twins, but it was really coming up about isotopes of nickel with 5 stable isotopes, 58, 60, 61, and 62, and 64, which is the 4 of swords, the 6 of swords, the 7 of swords, the 8 of swords, and the 10 of swords. So a lot of sword energy. So it's saying the stabilizers are those things that cause you to be unstable, right? Because when you're unstable, you have to be brought back to being stable again. So it's about the expansion energy. The 58 came up as the most abundant at 68.077. So we have 68 and 77, which are very significant numbers. And then the most stable radioisotope was 59 Ni with a half-life of 76,000 years. Number 63 had a half-life of 100.1, obviously not even close to 76,000 years. The 59, which is the 5 of Swords guy, right? That's the expansion, the conflict, the war within. And then 56 was only 6.077. So you see how quickly they diminish. And that's kind of like the monad too of the twins. The twin, you can see very well. I brought this up before. I looked up the technical information for it, which I'm probably not going to remember now. But within the monad, the twin shines the brightest light in the 3D. It's easiest for everyone to see their light because, you know, the veil, even if the veil is, if the person's still in 3D, with a twin, they can see their light very brightly. But as you go to the others in the monad, so if you have the 6, the twin at the peak, the other 2 decrease exponentially, just like this example of the nickel and the half-lives. So if the twin is 100% illumination to the 3D eye, then the next 2 exponentially decrease, and then by the next 3 up top, humans weren't able to see their light at all. So they could be strong soulmates, but they don't have that light that the twin has. The 7 of Pentacles, we start out before that. Also online, when I looked up, the 6th Patriarch's Dharma, the Dharma Jewel Platform Sutra came up, which is from the Buddhist Association. So Buddha came up yesterday in the cards, which I wanted to make sure to bring this up because it's coming up again, and along with the 6th Patriarch, so the patriarchal template, and the 6, which came up in the code line. So that was important about the Dharma Jewel Platform Sutra. Also, Hangdi Neijing came up, and that was regarding Chinese medicine. So that might be important for someone to look into. And definitely in this read, I was getting heart stress when I was doing this morning. So we start with the 7 of Pentacles upright, which is about reaping rewards. You can't necessarily retire on this money. It's not a lot, but it's enough to take a break and decide what you want to do with it, how you want to invest it. And you may be retiring. It's just you don't have, you're not rich. So you have to budget yourself. So it's planning how to play with this money. Do you want to save it and live on it, or are you going to spend it to invest and make more money or go back to work? But it's also the Divine Feminine's heart in the SIRIAN Starseed deck for me. And this never happens, but we literally had the 4 of Pentacles or the 4 of Crystals in this deck, the SIRIAN Starseed deck, above one another. Because for me, the 4 of Pentacles in this deck is the Masculine's heart, the Bat Cave. The 7 of Crystals is the Divine Feminine's heart, the E-Tower. And today, they're right on top of each other. This is the Feminine's heart, here's the Masculine's heart. So they never come up together like that. Plus, the 9 of Cups and the Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles both came up here too. Here's the 9 of Cups, which is actually reversed in this card, and the 9 of Pentacles over here. Was that reversed? I think that was reversed too. Where are you? Well, anyway, I'll get to that. Yeah, she's reversed right there. All right, so they're both reversed, but they're both within the read. And for me, the 9 of Pentacles always represents the feminine in her power, and then the masculine, the 9 of Cups, when he comes into his emotional power. But they're both reversed, which doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing, because they could be in their sovereignty already, but now no longer wanting to be single anymore or alone. So reaping the Divine Feminine's heart, strong but powerless or drained financially, the wounded warrior, getting over it all. So the feminine's coming up as reaping rewards and strong but powerless and drained financially, and then the wounded warrior is coming up as the masculine getting over it all, which is another 9, right? Going from the wounded warrior 9 to the 9 of Cups. Awakened King of Pentacles to dependence or loss of power, money and independence, or child or partner is a huge drain on them, or that he is draining the Divine Feminine because she is part of him. The King of Swords player, or holding back passions or falling short, or that the King of Wands is looking to the King of Swords for a response while present to or with a happy family or end of a family or emotional cycle. The King of Wands is hiding his face or awakening or waiting for the King of Swords to bite off his head, or that's the King of Pentacles. Or there's 3 partners or 3 brothers here. The King of Swords with the Knight of Wands reversed child, or that's the King of Wands child and the other one has no children. And then the King of Pentacles with 1 or 2 kids, one awakened and then the other spends a lot of money. It's a big drain. Coming together with family over powerless teen, or Divine Feminine being drained of money, power, and independence or status, all weighing on the Divine Feminine's heart here. No peace for the wounded warrior, not expressing feelings, delaying inevitable injustice of a long deliberation, no decision or bad or unfair decision causing extreme stress, suffering in silence, and purging up nights stressed with headaches and or crying. And this was at 12:30, which is the Hangman, and the 30 of the 4 of Wands, right? So that's hanging out at home, or hung out to dry at home, right? Or in union. So at 12:30, we turn the page. The female judge, there's a female judge here. For some reason, I had to tell you it's female. And then Michael or Gabriel calling, so the archangels. Angel cattle call to catch those who are falling and being judged and pick them back up. So this is like a cattle call to all the angels to make sure you pick up each other. You know, there's going to be a few people out there who really need your help. Those in power called to step down off their platform or podium, to be more natural, be more authentic to themselves, or retire, take a break, have fun for a change, get off their power trip, lose control. The dark night is out and gone, or death announced, or transitioned, or full transformation happened. The King of the High Priestess reversed with the secret out, or the secret's out and they're over it. The worst is over at a painful ending or betrayal, and now is the bliss. Head hung low ice pick stuck, or shoddy patchwork looks terrible and there's more cracks in the ceiling, or feeling plastered to the glass ceiling while no one is helping him through from the other side. Not asking for help, too proud to do it, would rather suffer and feel poor me, I try so hard but never get anywhere. And of course that's the ego coming up. Not using their intuition, trying too hard to force their way through, with control, their free will. But free will gets you human. However, the collective consciousness, or the God energy, that will gets you through the veil. Getting to know each other came up here, while sitting on two different sides of the glass ceiling and talking, seeing, and feeling your way through to each other. So it's saying just because you can't get through the glass feeling doesn't mean you can't communicate in whatever your specialty is, whether it's clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, whatever it is. But doing your best to communicate, it's not about physically forcing your way through to the other side, saying this to the masculine. It's about allowing the communication to come in. Falling or impatient angel, Sagittarius drinker, potion maker, child, with 3 generations of spell workers, or women, evil empress, dark priestess, and third person is that Sagittarius drinker, or pissed or scorned woman or child. So I want to bring this up again too. Right here, we have this it's not the normal cards, it's the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and there's a lot of dark energy that comes out of these players sometimes. I'll turn it over here so you can see where I'm looking. All right, so here we have that this is usually the Temperance card, which in essence, the Temperance card should be balance, right? But this is someone, she doesn't look happy. She looks a little bit snobby, and she's either pouring drinks or making potions, and she is not happy. So it could definitely be a teen, And then we have the Dark Empress here, and then the Dark Empress here, and the Dark High Priestess here. And it's not necessarily that the picture is dark, but she is dark, so it comes up that way as dark energy. And then this Empress always comes up for me as dark energy because she just looks, mean. Like she's just after her own agenda. But anyway, this has come up before, but they rarely come up like this all together. The Empress, the High Priestess, and this Sag card is definitely 3 generations of spell work. And it's not coming up as nice spell work. They can come off as they do it. It can be someone who comes off as Wiccan, but they also know how to use the negative end of things. Or it's someone who literally works with spells and voodoo and all that kind of stuff and are actually using it for their own benefit, okay? So this is definitely coming up here. Now, obviously, that's not for everyone, but it's definitely for somebody out there. Let's see here. So with that, it could be 3 generations, or it could be a combination of different things. But it's the Evil Empress, the Dark Priestess, and third is the Sagittarius drinker, or pissed or scorned woman, or teen child. Or mother and 2 sisters, or mother and daughter and her friend. The Evil Empress is upright, but with snake and not positive intentions, and controlling Adonis, his hands tied behind his back. Not burning the past, or burning in hell, frustrated and unable to get to the third energy. The flame is always present and loving him. So it's like them trying to block, especially on Halloween with the thin veil, them trying to hover around the masculine to get to the divine feminine, but they can't because the divine feminine's sealed. So, and they don't understand how they cannot affect the divine feminine. This coven doesn't understand why they can't get to them and break the bond between the masculine and feminine. The Empress upright, the High Priestess reversed, the Temperance reversed, the Ace of Wands reversed, which is another negative, surrounding the twins at Halloween with evil spells to break them apart. The karmic sexing it up and temptation and keys and spell work, open book test that she is good at while rubbing big feet on her cat with ankle bracelets with bells or coins, matching the cat's collar perhaps. The cat is dark with some white, so that it doesn't look like the black cat. And then red pumps, cranberry vine, looking all natural, but absolutely not divine here. Red pumps, red boots of Empress, and Wrangler seal of lovebirds, always with labels, shells and dead bugs, conch shell to hear messages, fleur-de-lis red and white, or royal sheets and silks, only the most expensive for them, not the little people. The insecure coming off elitist to change family background status. So someone who comes from a poor background and felt like no one ever gave them a chance. Now they get to get their revenge and be the elitist, right? The rich. And that was at 1259, the Hanging Man and the Five of Swords, so the enemy at war. And then we have environment, which I'm losing my voice during that whole last line you noticed. So someone's not speaking the truth. All right, environment is 44, which is the mastering, grounding, and integrating. And it's also very much green energy. 1259 is the Hangman, and again, that Five of Swords. And then love partnership came up beneath that environment card. So love partnership 26, which is the Page of Wands. And then coming up to the bottom energy, the underlying energy of the environment, of having a green environment. So, and even though people could do negative things, they can come off as looking all green, right? And perfect person on the outside to society, but underneath what they're doing at home, in private, people don't know about. So new love in a tower moment is out, suddenly declaring his love for someone as a car rushed north and music was blasting. Imbalanced, in debt or scammed, but no longer cares, working through difficult emotions from the past, but not walking away this time. No Santa this year, though. Or a horse got spooked by a mouse or a rat, meant to throw him off, but instead gave him a leg up. It opened his heart more. It wasn't scary, it was just a little mouse who's come to say hello, or under the tablecloth, or out in the yard while everything falling apart, but he doesn't care all of a sudden. Going back to where he once belonged. Get back to where you once belonged. So that was coming up here. Falling into the divine feminine's heart, suffering despite the fact that the worst is over, impatient or dark priestess in her green environment, tainting it. All right, so this is about, again, referencing that the karmic energies are trying to attack the divine feminine to break the connection between her and the divine masculine apart. Then at 109 is the Magician and the 9, which is the Hermit. And then my daughter called. Let's see here. With good news. The recent energy here is the Four of Crystals, the divine masculine's heart, the Batcave. The Queen of Wands, kids, and Queen of Cups, or the Queen of Wands is now okay with the divine masculine loving the Queen of Cups, who's not expressing their feelings or in a negative exchange with twin, exposing all and sharing, or delays due to sunshine, kids, or exposure and helping others with synchronicities, choices, radiation treatment, or paying for others, or paying for orchestra seats. So someone might get seats down in the pit. Or door number 2, the ghost or unknown radiating above the rest, the Queen of Cups not showing their face, holding back everything that had been happening in the past. The Queen of Cups with abundance or abundant family, or works for a big institution, and the Knight of Cups reversed is jealous, magician, manifesting, reaping rewards of the divine feminine's heart, or spying on her, stalking, negative gossip, or self-talk. The Queen of Wands may have spread or started it all. The Queen of Wands is coming up for the masculine for show, and the Queen of Cups below under the radar, not seen. The loving, nurturing one, being hidden, who's not the pretty, sexy, popular, show-offy one that he likes to be seen on his arm, right? The trophy wife. The foundation here is the Nine of Cups reversed. Unhappy, unsatisfied, or arrogant, not sleeping, rising above, not happy alone, jealousy, duplicity, rejection, refusal to love or receive love, and walking away. Grounding and integrating an offer of love, stuck, broken, breakdown, or car issues, ambulance, emergency energies, or canceled, or just having issues with a move or a trip, or a ride and now has to walk. And as I started that sentence, it was 134, which is the Magician and the Eight of Wands. That energy back and forth, but is actually reversed, so it's delayed today. And actually, when I wrote ambulance, ambulance sirens started up outside. So somebody definitely went to the hospital or dealt with an ambulance this day or two. So the central energy here is the Six of Cups, which is upright here, which can be children or twins or both. The inner children, their hearts hugging, surrounded by devil energy all around, just like yesterday that read with the Emperor reversed and the Queen of Wands surrounding the masculine and devil energy. Well, today it was coming up surrounding the twins, both of them. Recovering back into codependency or away from addictions, twins, Queen of Cups, and the Devil or Capricorn, recovering from being out in the cold together. And that was at 138, which is the Magician, the Queen of Cups, and then we turn the page again to the Magician and the Knight of Cups. So the War of the Devil's Wave. The dark side, the fear, the internal war within, defending codependency and or addictions or ball and chain, moving or leaving a marriage and defending himself and his twin devil, two devils, two Capricorns, so be it. I'm the devil, she's the devil, and so we belong together, so there, right? So and this could be definitely the masculine defending himself to the karmics. So anyone in their family or friends, whatever. Synchronicities or options led to this disconnect or breakup. Rich man, poor man, war of the roses and devils. Rumors weighing on the Queen of Cups' head, but synchronicities speak the truth. The unknown destabilizes and disconnects. Children waving goodbye to one parent or the other, and the challenge being the Empress with open arms and abundance. So this could be a mother, but it could be a codependency as well, okay? Or it could be the feminine as well. Disconnect, breaking up, or not seeing eye to eye, a heavy burden. Coming clean, or the need to be sneaky, not wanting to hurt other people. Holding tongue or holding back an announcement to gain clarity to free self and dump emotional burdens. Choosing the left, the new, the divine feminine. Another world with the sealed divine feminine. Or incomplete and defenseless to the devil and or Capricorn energy. And again, that can represent the masculine or the feminine or somebody else. Walking away from or avoiding conflict, sexual competition, fighting, flirts, not expressing, holding back feelings, impatient, fallen angel, powerless to the Empress, or draining the Empress with a lot of responsibilities and kids, opportunities, student, and invitation under the radar, or with no attention. In the 3D anyway, from the King of Swords upright in the aftermath or avoidance of harsh or damaging words, or holding back an announcement that he's done aligning with desires and done overworking, so he may be holding back an announcement about what he's doing, or in the aftermath of an opportunity to split or break up under the radar, feeling a failure, or hiding his single status, wearing a ring where mother's been taking care of the kids the whole time, or the divine masculine is expected to care for his sister and their kids, or his mother and his or her siblings' kids or friends. So he may have extra kids in the house and parents that he has to take care of or is expected to. He never has to do anything. But in the aftermath of verbal abuse by a parent who overworks, or too many people dependent on the divine masculine, or a father who works a lot because he doesn't really have the patience for kids or kid activities. Soon is the Six of Pentacles, upright, sharing and balanced relationship. The King of Cups reversed, though separated or heartbroken and depressed, losing hope, yet free to leap away from emotional burdens and responsibilities. Now with clarity. Awake to twin, over the loss, letting go of the third baton and grounding and integrating an offer of love. At night howling or just gazing at the moon in curiosity, in breakup or disconnect from burdens, heavy labor or sneakiness, or coming clean to the abundant Empress after she had been holding back for so long. He is seeing himself as a twin flame, wounded warrior, frustrated with third energy, and rejected, so feeling very vulnerable right now, and that was at 209, the High Priestess and the Hermit. All about work with issues, third party, or leaving to retire and hang out with wealthy family. So at 209, as we continue here, for the masculine, the romance angel cards were true love again. This is the romance of a lifetime. That was the first card out. Loving self first, make the effort, pay attention to the red flags, your signs and synchronicities, and very soon. Around the divine masculine, or how he's seen, is the wounded warrior upright, the Nine of Wands, great riches with third party Queen of Swords, impatient for release from prison, or delay in new life for third party Queen of Swords speaking her truth, waiting for fallen angel to get out of prison. The Queen of Swords releases him with her words, killing him softly with her song. No money or great riches until he heals addictions and codependencies, impatient fallen angel ways, feeling like a victim. So he needs to clear his wounds before coming into union. Clear blocks, divine masculines, of the full moon, the night. No fear of the shadow, only illuminate with the light. Your block is about the shadiness of the moon, doing things where others can't see, no attention, failure, not being the leader that you are or shining your natural light. Anything you are afraid of, anything you're afraid that others will find out is a block to your freedom, happiness, and abundance. Done aligning and overworking, fighting, competing for the false light attention, lover, letting go to fix up and patch up over and over, the false light, not happiness. It is not joy. You always being the one to let go and fix, repair, or amend, pushing or pushed out of bed, refusing to wake, coming together for a date, the King of Swords with an opportunity to have a drink or come clean about physical separation, the lies, the split, the injustice, the court case, divorce, destined and divine timing, divinely guided. The King of Swords always bringing bad news or hiding something, feeling a failure, needy for attention in the aftermath of harsh words or holding back leaving work, surprised by twin or kids who are so over it. Now is the Ace of Pentacles reversed. And it's funny because I skipped this part. Usually I would have done the now position already. But if it was meant to be in this order, it's meant to be. So coming back to the now moment. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Page of Wands inspired to work hard, to not talk negatively or spy or talk too much. Or the Divine Masculine is carrying the weight of the burden of 2 children, the Page of Wands upright and the Page of Swords reversed, in need of a loan, opportunity, or new life, or great riches as the diamond is exposed to take the light. Revealing itself after lots of pressure, right? That's what the diamond does. So it's now coming out to be exposed. And Divine Masculine may be being told by people around him to get real. Like, it's, stop being in flights of fantasy or delusions, get real. To dump emotional attachments and get clarity of why they're so unhappy or never satisfied, always in uncomfortable feelings. The Hermit over isolating and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, stubborn. The Hermit and that Knight of Pentacles both reversed, now face to face down under. One inspired to work on it, the other negative and unclear in communication, in fear and being immature, refusing to even try. Moving, ending marriage, unstable or going to visit a friend or relative. The Queen of Pentacles reversed Taurus and or Hierophant, or all about stability of money and home in the marriage and sexual competition, who flirts to get attention. And that's at 233, the High Priestess and the 7 of Wands. Dumped, overwhelmed, not expressing, or delays of negative back and forth communications. A heated exchange. No reunion for fallen, impatient angel. Messed up big with the Empress in great suffering and coming clean again. In the aftermath of being drained financially and feeling powerless to sexual energy, the Hermit reversed over Empress, or coming out to the Empress about burdens, and the Student of lies and divided, split, dumped, or no longer in physical separation, under the radar, having a drink, the King of Swords to King of Swords, which can represent 2 men, but it also can represent the twins. Synchronicities, leadership, and abundance, so, coming together in both their masculine energies. Synchronicities and leadership and abundance come up for the masculine there as really significant. Being nudged into the awakening, the King of Swords resisting, the Knight of Swords reversed confrontation. Incomplete, out of this world, the Page of Pentacles with an opportunity to recover from the Emperor reversed, with drinking issues, or as a womanizer, or gets women drunk to use them. So again, this could be this father-in-law, boss, or public figure, right, who gets them all the right things at the right time, right? But this could be someone who's got a lot of dark in them. And this was at 2:43, and as I wrote this down, my phone rang for a scam, likely, and that was at 2:43, the High Priestess and the 3 of Cups. So coming together with people who may profess to be psychic people, or to maybe a friend is taking the masculine to a psychic they know, because they know they're going to tell them what they want to, what they want them to tell them. So be careful, Divine Masculines, if you go to see a psychic, make sure you're the one who chooses who you go to. Or another opportunity to hurt each other. The world upside down, coming clean, to walk away and or within from injustice of self. The magician avoiding, resisting the tide, or manifesting in the aftermath, but stuck in their emotions without peace because they're trying to be strong and tame the beast. Or Leo is pacifying him again. Gemini, Aries, Virgo, Pisces, Leo, and Scorpio and Libra here. The redcoats are falling. The magician and the empress, however, are in power, which represent also Source and Gaia. Okay, as above, so below. Being courageous, getting past the need to get justice, and just be courageous and go for happiness instead. The divine feminine's heart, strong but drained, or feeling powerless, and the wounded warrior is over it, reaping rewards with no satisfaction. The divine feminine no longer wants to be single, and the divine feminine holding on to victim mentality, not surrendering to a woman. However, he does recognize that he is a twin flame wounded warrior, and Batcave is his home, his heart, love for children, and his twin. The challenge being the Empress dominating, because loving and abundant sharing with others or giving too much, especially to the false light or at night, while Diamond in the rough is trying to expose itself to her, the King of Swords in his truth, injustice of the world turned around, upside down, coming clean or still sneaky and walking away and within, from injustice, from lying to themselves. A magician is resisting. A magician that's resisting is counterproductive. There are no epiphanies that come in when you're stuck on injustice. Thinking, being strong, is resisting what you want. Well, yes, if it's not good for you and makes you feel bad, that's true. But why are you resisting things that actually make you feel good? That's self-sabotage, because other people tell you it's so because they want to use you. All right, so that's the read for the Divine Masculine. So a lot of information coming up for that, and there's definitely some shifts going on. I'm going to pull some cards. The 12 cards. I'll just do the 2 decks instead of the 3, so it won't take as long. Get my stuff out of the way here. So, and I do need to show you the cards before I forget. All right, so here's that underlying energy with the 7 of crystals, the Divine Feminine's heart. Recent past, the 4 of crystals, the Divine Masculine's heart, the Batcave, the foundation, the 9 of chalices or cups, the central energy, the 6 of chalices or cups, the abundance card there. The other underlying energies up here, we see the sudden love here with the tower event there. And then crowning is that Ace of Pentacles, which is reversed, which is fine. And then we scroll across here to the 6 of crystals. The 6 of crystals coming up. I like that word, crystals. Maybe a Christos something, crystals. The masculine seeing himself as the twin, and then around him the Knight of Flames, the wounded warrior, or how he's seen. The blocks is the moon, and then ending up here at the King of Swords, which is upright. We have the world reversed above that. We have this 7 of orbs or swords above that, which is reversed. And then the 8 of cups above that, walking away. And then injustice of the justice card reversed above that. And then we end up there, like I said, on the strength card again. But the magician's being strong, but may be confused as to why they're not manifesting. Well, it's because they're blocking themselves. They're trying to be strong in resisting what's good for them. Which is, it's good to be addicted to the good things. It's just not good to be addicted to the bad things that make you feel bad and cause destruction in your life. But it's okay to be addicted somewhat. You know, you have to balance in your life to what you love to do or love to be with, whatever it is. Okay. As long as it's balanced. Okay. I mean, isn't that what we all want? To love our work? That's the addiction. To love it so much you want to do it all the time. But it's good for you. It actually makes you feel good and it brings abundance into your life. But you still need to pull away from that addiction to take care of yourself, to take care of your health and your emotional life, relationships, things like that. It can't just all be about work. All right, so we have Aries to Pisces, all 12 signs. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? So let's see what's coming up. Everybody take a deep breath. Let's see who came through. Archangel Michael and Gabriel both came through. So why don't Why don't we get some energy from Michael and Gabriel today? Aries to Pisces, all 12 signs. For November 1st, 2019, what comes to us in November? Clearing all negative energies and filling with only beautiful divine love and light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, here we go. Aries to Pisces, all 12 signs for November 1st, 2019. Aries to Pisces. Okay. All right, Aries, I told you, Aries always wants this card. So we have the Ace of Pentacles upright for Aries. Beautiful. Beautiful. And then for Taurus, we have the Magician reverse. For Gemini, we have the Four of Swords. For Cancer, the Nine of Swords. Leo, Death card reversed. Virgo has the Four of Pentacles reversed. Libra has the Page of Pentacles reversed. And then Scorpio with the Empress. There you go. Scorpio's being boss because we're in Scorpio right now. Sagittarius has 10 of Pentacles reversed. Capricorn has 5 of Wands. Aquarius has 2 of Swords reversed. And Pisces, the Devil reversed. And then we'll talk about these at the end. Move my pillow. Still try to heal I pulled a muscle in my right shoulder, so it's definitely still those masculine anger wounds coming up. All right, we'll end on the King of Cups. Usually try to get to a major. Actually, I'm going to bring it. We have the Two of Cups after the King of Cups, and then the Wheel of Fortune. So we're going to leave it there. The underlying energy from this deck is the Six of Wands, which is going to go reversed above the fire signs, and then we have the Seven of Swords reversed for the earth signs. The 10 of Wands reversed for the air, and the 5 of Swords for water signs. So very interesting energies today. It's kind of crazy. All right, and we're going to clarify with the Kipper deck, and then we'll do the mini Rider-Waite as well as I go through them all. For those of you not familiar with how I do things, we have the fire column, the earth column, the air column, and then the water. And after I clarify everything, we'll start with Aries, and I'll go from there. We have the underlying energy of the Temperance card, 5th card down, which is all about truth and balance and patience. You know, it's being patient mostly, and being angelic. But then we have the internal war, as you know, as within, so without. So if you're at war within, you're at war without. So if that's coming out, there's a lot of internal stuff going on for people right now, coming up. And then we need to, you know, this person's mad because this person gets to drop their burdens and then come clean about doing stuff under the radar. Or somebody could be still being a little sneaky by staying. It doesn't mean they're doing something bad. They're just keeping it under the radar because they don't want other people to know. So that could be a little sneakiness here, or it's coming clean and dropping their burdens. So for the Kipper deck here, for the best and highest good of all those concerned for 11/1, November 1st, 2019, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? For Aries through Pisces, all 12 signs. Take a deep breath, guys. Aries to Pisces, sorry. Aries to Pisces, all 12 signs. Okay, so Aries has the community. Taurus has occupation. Aries has message of concern. And Cancer has child. So there's a child who's upset. All right, Leo has high honor. And distant horizons for Virgo. Libra has official person, so there may be connection between Libra and Leo here. And then Empress has sudden wealth. There we go, Scorpio. Woo-hoo! Sagittarius has concern. So Scorpio just got 21. They got the blackjack. All right, so Capricorn has despair. Could be fighting with someone. Aquarius has courtship. And then Pisces with a message. Okay, and I definitely got a good message from my Pisces daughter today, so that was positive. But we had the devil reverse, which may be detoxing some dark energies around you now that Halloween's over. So for everyone, we have the main female. It's about the main female. It's about the courthouse. So again, there's still legal issues going on for people. Bad health issues for people, which can just be ascension issues, can be broken hearts. And then great fortunes coming out of it. So it's here, guys. All right. The masculine with thoughts of a feminine. All right. And then we have the bottom of the deck is the house again. That keeps coming up. All right. Some kind of adjudication or some kind of, so someone might have been gifted a house and there's some kind of legal issues or paperwork around it or issues, whatever it is for you. That's coming up. So we have underlying energy. The bottom card of the deck was the Six of Wands reversed. So feeling like a failure, bad news, or doing things under the radar, and regarding a house as well, or the underlying energies. Could be the White House as well. Could be official or governmental stuff going on, which it is. I don't watch the news, but can't avoid seeing the headlines when I go on my iPad, so. All right, we're going to start with Aries. One more shuffle. Definitely a lot of stress. I'm feeling a lot of stress in my shoulders right now. One more. So if you have a lot of stress, you know, pull your shoulders up really hard and then just release them. Take a deep breath. So for Aries, we have that Ace of Pentacles. My Ace of Pentacles, it's all chewed up, so that might be a message as well. Community, a feeling of belonging is the abundance here that's coming in for Aries. Feeling part of a community but under the radar. Maybe you don't want anyone else to know that you like this group, but they're actually bringing you abundance or a new life. Aries. Why do we have Aries here with the community and the Ace of Pentacles? And the Six. So it might have been falling from grace or from a place of power. May have been actually a gift for this Aries person, because they actually found their true niche or their true self. All right, so here we have being stuck in emotions, not finding peace, homeless possibly, so they're finding community who takes them in. Letting go. This could be a house that is in big need of repair, so you're doing a lot of work on it, or needing to move, so you have to repair the house to move, and there's a lot of crap that needs to go on. And then feeling defenseless to the energies or to the attacks from other people. And then here's the King of Wands, or the Knight of Wands, or in the Knight, God, I can't talk. The Knight of Cups, who's reversed. So there's jealousy, duplicity, and sincerity. So if it's dealing with the sale of a house or getting out of a house or the issues with a house, especially in a split, that can be just the issues that you're feeling. There's no peace here. Feeling defenseless. Okay? So the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, I keep missing the suit. So there's a lot of miscommunication coming in with Mercury retrograde. So that was a message for the communications between whoever you're dealing with, okay? So just be very careful about the details of your messages and your words, because I keep saying the wrong words or the wrong suits. So the Ace of Pentacles, you know, is very good. That's like the complete contentment. It's like even though all this crap is going on with Aries, like unable to sell a house or needing to move because they're leaving a marriage or just moving houses, and it's a lot of work to repair, feeling defenseless to the energies coming in. So, you know, having to do all this while these energies are coming in right now, or other people attacking you, feeling jealous of you. If you're repairing this house, that's a mess. That's like a money drain, right? So it's Aries finding happiness, even though all this crap is going on around them. So that's really great. They're finding their community, their home. But they're still not completely in their truth. That's the only thing. They're still doing it under the radar. They're still not completely comfortable about letting other people know what they're doing. All right, so then we have Leo. Leo has death reversed and high honor. So this could be after a death, some kind of honoring for someone. All right, or it could be clinging to the old ways, the patriarchal society, clinging to the old ways of war, right, and justice. So for Leo, what's going on here? Bad news, or just some kind of under the radar tribute to someone? All right, so Leo's getting the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands reversed, and then the Nine of Swords reversed. So the Queen of Pentacles is good. She's all grounded and good, but there's this energy of being played, or this could be a separate person who is a player or is just running out of energy, falling short, or holding back their passions, and that's what's causing their suffering. It's for someone is where it's not like what you think of as an honoring ceremony, as I'm losing my voice. It's about the high honor of going through the dark night journey, to know that it's a high honor. So this is the message for those of you who've been suffering a lot, to not see this as something evil or bad, but this is a great honor to go through this near-death experience. Okay. All right, two sides of the same coin I'm just getting. So that's like the masculine and feminine coming together. The suffering and the falling, the being played. So it's like the masculine and the feminine and how they had to deal with the different energies in different ways. The two sides of the same coin coming together through all this 4D rainbow dark night purgatory crap. So that's the Leo that's coming up. Okay. This could also be the breakup between two people. And now this person's going forward with this energy. They're now on the same page, but not facing each other, but maybe working together to spread the word. This can also just represent a function. This could just be one person here as well. Could be two female friends moving in two directions as well. They're both fine and they're both good, but they're just moving in different directions. And they could have kids who fell out as well, so now they can't hang out together anymore because the kids don't like each other anymore. Or the kids had a big fight, or this could be sisters and their children as well. But the Queen of Swords has the Wheel of Fortune here coming out, so going in this direction looks better than going back. So it's going forward to the new. I'm definitely getting it. It's a high honor to have survived this. Be proud of yourself. That's for Leo. That you don't need to keep it under wraps, though. You know, it's a high honor. Why are you staying under the radar about what you've been through? Speak your truth. Come out with it. Especially applying to a lot of feminine energy here. All right, so Sagittarius has the Ten of Pentacles reversed and concern. All right, so Sag can be in the family, or they can be this man who's concerned about something that happened under the radar. So there's definitely something dysfunctional about this family and what's going on. Maybe he knows something he doesn't want to know. Maybe people getting hurt by this dysfunction, or that he lost a lot of money and he's really upset about that. But all of it's under the radar. So why are you being sneaky if it's all on the up and up? So this is about choosing a new path. Sagittarius, choosing a new path away from heartbreak and separation. Choosing the left, the new. A new world. It could be raining, or it could just be choosing to separate. This could be separating from 3D, in 3D, or choosing no longer to separate and go into 5D. The Page of Wands reversed is about frustration or lack of inspiration. Could be someone who has temper tantrums when they're heartbroken. So this could be the past of the masculine or feminine, and choosing not to be that anymore. Or the heartbreak of a child who has issues that you have to deal with, which is very difficult, right? It takes all your energy. It may be a child with issues who took all of the family's money because they, either because of they can't help it because it's, you know, they have some kind of disability, or because it's a bad child who broke their family's heart and cost them a lot of money, maybe because they, you know, went to jail or they had to pay for all this legal stuff. Or just a broken heart between them. Could be a parent and a child. All right, so Ace of Pentacles reversed. And it's not, doesn't look like great wealth here to me because it's regarding this page energy. Because of this child or this page energy of having temper tantrums or uninspired or being lazy, because they're not connecting with themselves, they're causing delays and new starts for everybody else. Okay, along with the Empress reversed. So this is all negative energy here. This could be the man, Sagittarius could be the man who's he's taking new direction away from them. He's just may be concerned still about how they will make it on their own, but he has to let them figure things out themselves, okay? That's definitely the message there, okay? All they need to do, they have clarity, they know where to get information just as easily as you do. It's saying don't coddle people. If they're grown up, they can figure it out themselves. And the child has the other parent. It doesn't always have to be about you controlling the situation. Let them grow. So earth signs, we have Taurus with the Magician reversed and occupation. Why? Why do we have the Liar, Cheater, Thief card, risk at the top for all the earth signs? And why do we have especially the Magician reversed here, which can be insecurities about the job that you're in or the one that you need to get? Or this can be a master manipulator as well, who you have to work with, or it's you at work. So why does Taurus have the Magician reversed especially? Well, this flew right out. Well, these are sitting in uncomfortable emotions and stewing in them as opposed to working through them. This can be working through their energies, but now having to do it while working, while you're with other energies, so it makes it harder. But you need to go through the emotions in order to free yourself. And there's the Queen of Pentacles, okay? It's the energy of not wanting to face the Divine Feminine, really. The Divine Feminine who's free and has opened her heart. And this is the masculine energy afraid to face it because of what he's done. Just afraid to face himself. Okay, and her holding back her passions. But free. So her energy, see how yellow it is? She's very confident. It's beautiful energy. She's got her gold coin. But she's holding back her passions, and she doesn't want to do that. Or she may be feeling like she's falling short, or she may feel like she got played by him. And that's why this energy of the masculine energy here is having a tough time, because they have to work through that energy. Or this could be the masculine breaking free from this feminine energy and going into these difficult feelings, but freely of his own will, choosing to do it. Okay? So maybe some suffering on this side still, some chronic suffering in silence, purging, whatever it is, up headaches, not sleeping. All right, so, but it's definitely some issues for Taurus revolving around insecurities and work. This could be definitely not knowing how you're going to deal with the process, the insecurity of not having the tools to work and go through the journey at the same time, or ascend. But definitely coming clean. May still be feeling a little bit of the old sneakiness though, right? For Virgo, we have the Four of Pentacles reversed and distant horizons. So again, there's missing water in this card. There's a ship here with no water, nowhere to anchor down. And you see none of these, none of these are anchored down either. They're all flying in space. This again is the masculine plastered to the glass ceiling trying to get through, but not able to, as if they force their way through. You can't do it without the water. The water is, just like I say, water is like ultrasound gel for the etheric realms. If you're not drinking water, you're not going to connect well. If the masculine's trying to figure out how to get through the glass ceiling. That's the message. So let's see what else is coming up for Virgo. About coming clean. Coming clean through the glass. You can't come clean through the glass ceiling unless you have Mr. Clean with you to make it clear. All right, so Virgo. Well, the Temperance card came right up along with this again. It takes patience to get through the emotional feelings, But you have to be willing to dive into the water, into the emotions. You can't do it without the water. So masculines, if you're trying to do it without water, it ain't going to happen. Ace of Swords reversed is lies, the split, cutting through the crap, pulling Excalibur from the stone to use it if needed. To not be afraid to hurt other people's feelings as long as you're being in truth and love when you say things. And then the Chariot reversed, all right? So somebody afraid to break someone else because they'll hurt them. Or we're worried that they're going to send them to the emergency room or the hospital, or that somebody will want to kill themselves, right? Because going through this journey, we've all been there, okay? We are all there still, right, at times. So here's the Six of Pentacles reversed. The imbalance, the inequity of the relationship, of the brokenness. This can be the extreme warp path is chaos. How can you function in chaos? Imbalance, lies, split, sitting in these feelings while being this. This is the energy of Virgo here, being this energy while having to work through all of this. But now the worst is over, so allow the bliss. That's what it's saying. The secret is out, okay? So stop allowing others to take advantage of your energy. Be good to yourself. Let go of the war within. Just be love. But you need water. Water, water, water. Which reminds me, I have to drink some water. I forget too, you guys. Just think of the water, like I said, like as ultrasound gel. You know, you can't connect and have a good picture if you want to see your new baby unless they use the ultrasound gel. Well, if you don't have the water, you're not going to connect either. So that was a good message to remind us all. All right, so now we have Capricorn. The Five of Wands and despair. Oh, that's so weird because somebody else was just talking about water, and I think it was for Virgo, actually. So water is really, really important for Virgo today. And also, oh, this is what I'm supposed to remind you too. Like I have a, I don't know if you can see it. I have a rose quartz crystal in my water, but also every time I pour my water, I send love to it and healing energy to spread. So make sure you connect really positive vibrations to your water every time you drink, because this water affects everything. You know, it goes into your body and then it goes out of your body into the earth, right? So it affects everywhere. So the more of us who send positive vibes to our water, the more we can affect the world. Okay? So I just need to remember to tell you that. Okay. So again, Capricorn, despair about fighting or competition, not finding a job, coming clean, being sneaky. What's going on, Capricorn? Capricorn may be homeless with their dog. There's Capricorn. But he looks fine financially, so it could be upset about emotional stuff. Okay? So maybe it's not so much about needing to find a job. They can get a job easily with their status. However, they don't think they can handle it with this energy around them, going through the emotions and doing the work around other people. They'd rather be free, okay, with the Queen of Pentacles. And maybe he's worried that she won't take him, no matter who this is, whether it's taking back the karmic or the divine feminine. He's worried with all these emotions, how's he going to work through it? Doesn't want to do it working. He certainly doesn't want to fight with anyone. But he sees her as free without any issues, whereas he's dealing with all this difficult emotional stuff, where he's not really seeing what she's been through, right? She's been going through it too, falling short, right, on energy, purging at night. So she's going through the same thing. These can both be Capricorns as well. Okay, you're both they're two sides of the same coin, both going through things in different ways to come to the center. Okay, so just know that. Gemini, Four of Swords and message of concern. And then we have the Ten of Wands reversed. The burdens have been dropped. Someone may have passed and laid to rest. So they are at rest now. Maybe they were suffering a lot. But there's a message of concern going on. What's going on? So it could be rest, it could be prayer, it could be connecting in 5D. There we go. It's coming up for everybody. This is doing the work while being in other people's energies. It's not easy. You know, it's much easier to walk away and be by yourself and do it. This is doing the work while other people, and so sometimes we end up avoiding it when it's like this because it's too hard to do the work while other energies are around. But you're doing it. Okay, so again, coming up for Gemini. Same thing, only the King of Wands or the King of Cups isn't involved here. This is just about the feminine side of things. Or again, that this is the masculine energy. So a message of concern that makes you do the work, so it could trigger you, so you have to do the work while amidst other energies. Or feeling like you can't handle the energy. Here, you're good and stable, but the energy's not there. Freeing yourself, but still dealing with issues. This could be a child too. Like she could be all good and have to deal with this child who's like really crazy energy. And she knows that it'll put her there. So maybe something happened. Maybe kids are living with different parents going back and forth and someone passed, so the other parent has to take the kid, but they maybe can't handle it today. But I think it's going to end up good, actually. You're going to be surprised. It'll actually be a blessing in disguise for Gemini. Or it could be someone passed away. You could have gotten that message that someone passed, but that their burdens are over now. Or it could be that you were sleeping when you got the message. Somebody woke you up. And finally you were free and you fell asleep and somebody woke you up. That could be that as well. Libra has the Page of Pentacles reversed and the official person. And this could be an opportunist. It says official person, and that came up in the read today. That if you are connected to an official person who you like being connected to because they get you good stuff, they could have a really big dark side. And maybe you know that already and you can't get out. But there definitely could be an opportunist. Or Libra has needs an opportunity, and they may have this official person who allows them that. Or you're the official person in need of an opportunity, money, help, whatever it is, an invitation. Or you're an official person with a child with needs. But you're dropping your burdens around it. We have the Queen of Swords speaking their truth about destiny and good fortune and good things to come, divine timing. It's like, it's even like, me speaking, like for you guys listening, you could be the one in need of help, like listening to a video to help you out. And just being the official person just because I'm online, speaking truth, that things are getting good now, that things are turning in our favor. To drop your burdens. Let your guard down. Okay, you may feel a little drained around kids or whatever, but it's all good. Get your rest when you can. Okay, so this is relating to Gemini. So again, there definitely could be difficult kids and you're concerned about not being able to deal with other energies around. So just be by yourself as much as you can, and when you can't, let everything else go. Feeling left out in the cold. Maybe you need to turn somebody away. Kids may feel rejected because you need time alone. This is like, Mommy needs time alone. Get out of the house. Go out and play. That could be kids feeling left out. Yep. Or it's like, if I was living with my kids and I'm doing my video, I'm like, you got to get out because I got to do my video. But the kids are feeling bored or rejected. Okay. Or literally someone may have lost a friend recently. So they're feeling sad or under the weather. Or this could be an illness. Like, so mom's doing her thing at home, and then this is somebody else who's ill at home. Could be a parent or a child who's sick. But this could also be, I don't usually specify church or some kind of religious institution, but both of these cards that are indicating some kind of religious ceremony. Somebody might have been kicked out of the church or quit because of their kids. Maybe they didn't agree with what was being spoken about. Or this is very positive energy though, but it may be not what their beliefs are, so they may quit or kick somebody out of an institution here. Or it could be work as well. Somebody could get fired for sleeping on the job. or being out sick too much. And maybe someone may feel it's unfair, but something's official. Somebody might have lost a job because they weren't learning what they were supposed to learn. Like this could be someone who never learns their lesson, not taking their responsibilities seriously. And I can definitely see a father there with the official person mad at their kids because they never do what they're supposed to do. They never learn. All right, so now we have Aquarius with the Two of Swords reversed in courtship. So feeling a little off balance, maybe new information came in about a courtship, the ability to drop burdens or not taking responsibilities. What's going on here? So again, this comes up, same as Libra. So Aquarius and Libra may be connected. This is about being drained or draining children or overexposed, over-radiated. So it could be some kind of illness, which also comes up here. Too much radiation made them sick. Or they could have sunstroke too from too much sun. All right, but then needing to rest. Or somebody literally passed away from cancer treatments. All right, or they're going to the hospital and this is them leaving for their treatments, okay? Getting over-radiated or chemo or whatever it is, going to get treatments. You know, you could be laying in a CAT scan or an MRI for a long time and then leaving feeling worse than you came in, okay? The injustice of it. I'm sorry, I keep pulling the card. But the injustice of all that, okay? That could be that as well. And there's definitely a courtship here. It's not, maybe you just found each other and then somebody got an illness and it's not fair. Pushed to your emotional limits, feeling dumped. So any illness really. But there's definitely a couple going through this. It doesn't have to be that they're a new couple, but going through some illness issues and really sticking together through it. It's not fair. And then this is dumping syndrome, you know, throwing up when you get home. And that could be the King of Cups there, reversed. So there's Libra energy there. There's Leo energy. And then the King of Cups reversed with Aquarius. It's like the King of Cups reversed is thank God when he gets home because this child's like an angel to them. It takes their mind off of the bad feelings. All right, so they might have gotten new information with the Two of Swords here. That maybe their burdens are released, and maybe they it can go two ways. Either the results were great, right, and so you're no longer burdened by it, but you still feel sick from your last treatment, or your burdens are released because there's nothing more they can do, and so it's just the need to accept it. And at least you have each other, like someone to take care of you. All right, so Cancer, we have the Nine of Swords and the Child. So this could definitely be a child in distress. And for all of the water signs, we have the Five of Swords at the top, which is definitely at battle or just adamantly standing in your truth. But it's not a loving standing in your truth. It's like, I'm in my truth. Don't come near me. I got my swords. I can use them if I need to. So it doesn't have to be at war. It can just be someone who's trying to practice being in their truth, letting other people walk away, even if they get hurt feelings. But you need to bring a little more love into it. That's the only issue. So a child may get really hurt by that as they dropped into the crack. A child feels like they're falling in between the cracks. Like there's no attention to the child because someone's busy standing in their truth. So this is working to align with your desires and seeing synchronicities everywhere. So I know this because I dealt with it with my children when you're seeing your synchronicities with your twin all the time and your kids are kind of getting sick of hearing about it. So that's one of the situations coming here. But it's also just aligning with your desires and then the confusion of choosing which one to go for, but knowing which one you want. So a child might be suffering because they're overwhelmed with all the choices. And maybe this person is the child or this person's not helping them. This could be the mother not helping them because she's absorbed in her own issues. Okay, and that can be Capricorn, or she's wrapped up with this devil energy, or just dark energy, or just a Capricorn. And not focusing. Maybe this is the child doing their homework. and they're confused, and this one won't help, right? Because they have their own issues, or they're distracted by this guy. And she's reversed. So she's either manipulating or she's really sad and just dealing with this energy. And we have Leo right after that. So Capricorn, Leo, water sign energy. Someone, it could be a mom who's just always too tired to when the kids come home, and they're tired, or the partner's tired of hearing about it, and the kids as well, because the partner could be angry because the kids are suffering. Okay, this could be the husband coming home and saying, "What the heck? Nothing's done. You haven't taken care of the kids. Why are they asking me to help with their homework? I've been working all day." That's that energy coming up for Cancer. But there's also new passion coming in here. Coming up behind with the King of Wands there. He's like in two different directions because he's got the Six of Wands going the other way. So he's feeling like he's being pulled in a million different directions. This is for Scorpio. Scorpio, you and probably Aries got the best cards here. The Empress and sudden wealth. What's up, Scorpio? You got 777s there. Why do you have the Seven of Swords up top? You got to defend off all those people who want what you got. And you got a little smirk on your face about it. There's Scorpio for you, but you're all reversed. Look at that. All right, and then this is Aquarius for me. So major Scorpio and Aquarius energies here. And Scorpio is always attached to Aquarius. And then we have Taurus as well with the Empress. This is either avoiding or in the aftermath of sudden events, deliberating, not making a decision or having made a bad decision, and near-death experience or cling, and not allowing the total if this is like, there's nothing more major than this, not allowing the change to happen. Someone is comfortable and rich and doesn't want to let go of it for their highest good. Scorpio, and so this could be someone around Scorpio, or it can be the Scorpio who needs to let go of sitting pretty. Maybe the Empress with a lot of money is now going to find out that somebody doesn't want to be with them anymore. Now they're not going to have any money anymore. Or that they need to leave a job because even though it makes them a lot of money and power, that's not serving them because they're not being authentic to themselves. So what else is coming up here? Wow, this is like power packed. They're all majors. Look at that, Scorpio. This is the Hermit, the Virgo, shedding light on all this crap. Hear that, Matthew? Listen to your mother. The Empress, too, could be somebody around you, Scorpio. This is reminding you to drop the facade and not repeat patterns. You know, break your patterns. It's okay to fall. But don't sit too long on it. Don't deliberate forever because you're just hurting yourself. You're sitting in dirty water. Okay? So this is Scorpio over here needing to hear it again. Like they know it all already. They have all these major cards here. They just have to turn them upright. Allow the Tower to come in and break everything down. Allow the judgment call to come in. Allow the decision. Allow the call to action. Heed the call to action. To allow the full transformation to happen. Maybe you just went through a death and you're just having trouble getting over it, or a big change happened already and you're not letting go to go on to the new, and you need help from someone or a friend around you to shed light on it, to remind you to let go and break the patterns and not make me come back here again. Okay? This could be said, this is a lack of affection. It's like that, so don't make me come back again. This can just be a family lack of affection here. Or just messing around, but it also can be a breakup where this is someone comes in to break up with someone. Or maybe worried about bad news, that maybe they're waiting to hear about news to come through, whether it's a divorce, a judgment call, or a new job. And you're worried about the worst, that you're gonna have bad news coming in, that you won't be the one they want. Don't be that, be this. They do want you. Scorpio. Stop defending your turf and just be authentically you. Stop being all about money too. I know you're Scorpio and all, and that is part of your MO. But Stop being all about the ching, 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 because that's what I'm getting. Defending your wealth is leaving you without love in your life. You could have a lot of abundance here. She's upright and good, but it doesn't mean that she's authentic to what love should be in her life. It's saying come back off the money and come back to this. And this is also about self-doubt, not thinking you're worthy, that other people want you, and come back to just who you authentically are. You don't have to have great riches to be happy. It's just insecurity. Scorpio. Pisces, we have the devil reversed in the message. So this could be the worst, because we got the devil. When the devil first flips over, it's because you need rehab. So it could be the worst right there. There's a message about that. Maybe someone's going to rehab because of the war that's going on within them. So Pisces, what's up? Could be good too. All right, so the worst is over. So that is good. It's time to release and let the bliss come in. The secret's out. Maybe you are it. Yep, you're the shiz. All right, this is the person in power, taking control over your life. The secret's out. This could be not using your intuition, but that's not what I'm getting, because the worst is over. The secret's out. You're coming into full power as the masculine. Even if you're feminine, you're coming into your full power. Or this could be Pisces dealing with this emperor who's coming in here, like a bigwig who sees you and likes you. Your secret is out. Maybe you're a secret passion of his. All right, but he's not telling. Ooh, he likes you, Pisces, but he's not telling. He may be a boss or someone who's helping you out. Could be someone who's going to get you a great job. Maybe he wants more than that, though. He may feel like a wounded warrior. He's scared. He may be the emperor, but he's scared. He may have dealt with some false light before, right? There we go. This is the energy he dealt with before, and she's unhappy. She may cause problems for him as the wounded warrior. She may be a scorned woman, and he's dealing with all this on this side, but he wants to bring this in. The worst is over for you. He's like, he likes you, Pisces, but he's still dealing with all this crap over here. So he can't really express his feelings yet. Okay? So she's power. She's not a problem anymore. She's powerless to this. But she's been a big financial drain, I guess. Okay? All right. So if you're the emperor, you could be the masculine Pisces who's got it all together, but just dealing with a lot in his life right now. So we end up here at the bottom of the deck with the Six of Pentacles reversed. So inequity in relationships, and everything we just went over is stuff we're doing to get this to go upright again and have equitable relationships. Chaos, lies, splits, uncomfortable energies, getting over the losses, right? We're getting through all this crap coming up in Scorpio. That's Scorpio's job, to bring up all the deepest crap, right? Insecurities, manipulation. It's going down into the inner children and dealing with all the worst of it. That's what Scorpio does. So that was a good thing. And then we have all this stuff here. For everyone, the main female was the highlight of the read. And then the courthouse. So whatever official things are going on, doesn't have to be anything big. It can just be paperwork. Something as simple at home. And to focus on your health, making sure to drink lots of water, and that sometimes the symptoms are just ascension or heartbreak or whatever it is. It's because you're not drinking enough, you're dehydrated. Or some people are going through cancer treatments and they need help. They need someone to support them with it. For great fortune is coming out of this. And there's a man thinking about a woman here and the great fortune that they would bring to them. All right. Maybe this person, he's thinking about this person would be a great addition, right, to help with his care or his home care or his work. Maybe this is somebody at work. Make it official. He's thinking about making it official with the main female. Okay, and then the house is at the bottom of the deck too, so don't forget about that. It could be about a house or working on a house or living in a house together. All right. So for fire signs, it's about grieving, loss, feeling guilt and shame, feeling sorry for yourself, and letting go of the third baton as time. Okay, but that could be grieving a loss. So you may have lost someone. They could be past. But it's about being patient with yourself. And then we have Earth, which has the Hermit, being wise and keeping to yourself or needing some hermit time alone to grieve, all right? Or with a friend. Look at that. The Hermit with the friend, shedding light on the fact that you need to let go of that now. There's two cups right there. Look, turn around, turn around. Then we have the air signs, all happy with themselves. And then we have the water signs, who are powerless or losing some money or no longer single. Maybe feeling drained. And look, we have the, again, this is the divine feminine when she's upright in her power, and this is divine masculine is upright in his power. And this could be because she no longer wants to be single, and now he's in his power. Maybe these are going to be merging together. We just need to let go of the third baton to go forward with this. Then we have the Six of Cups reversed, which is all about this retrograde now, where the past is coming back to deal with it. Anything that needs to come up to be released. Okay, to find peace, to go to a more peaceful place and work things out. And be love. This is about starting over in love and not settling this time. And being love, unconditional love, or maybe there's a King of Cups in your midst. And the last two cards are about disconnect, not seeing eye to eye, and then letting the Wheel of Fortune to come in. So whether this is disconnecting from the old that doesn't serve you and then allowing the wheel to turn, or that when you come together, sometimes you won't see eye to eye, which is all good. It's still good fortune. It's divine timing. Time for it to happen, guys. Okay? I hope that was helpful to you. I want you to have a great day. Don't forget to drink your ultrasound. No, your water. And rise and be loved. Bye.